When you are a small country and you're doing business with another country and you've got debt payable in their currency, you have to have currency of their variety to make those payments. So you oftentimes see countries, and you can go out there on the web and find out what each country's reserve holding makeup is. But depending upon which countries you do the most business with, you're going to have more reserve holdings to facilitate those transactions. If you're a country like a Brazil or a Venezuela or something like that, and you peg your currency. Now we're going to do another exercise here. Let's do this exercise. I am in country A, and I have a peso. A peso is my country's government unit of account. Okay. And we have no productive capacity. We're not energy independent, not energy sovereign, not food sovereign, not we don't make value added products and services. Okay. We may have to do what they call a peg. So they may peg their value to the US dollar. They may choose to peg their peso or their currency or whatever it is to this. So if I say 10 pesos equals $1, I need to make sure that if somebody cashes in on this peg and demands US dollars in this convertibility arrangement, that I have enough reserves, US dollar holdings, to back that statement up. Okay. So how is a country going to get reserves? Well, they would either have to sell something of value to the US, or they would have to trade something to someone else and get their reserves. They would have to buy US dollars on the open market, whatever. But ultimately, country A has to have enough reserves of whatever currency the other country they're pegged to be able to maintain that peg. This is why if the US government does something screwy to the dollar, it directly impacts the peso. Does that make sense? Once you peg it, you've lost. So when you look at some of these South American countries that peg their currency to the US dollar, let me come back up. When you look at some of these countries that peg their currency to the US dollar, if the US fucks around with interest rates, if the US fucks around with trying to weaken the dollar, doing something to weaken the dollar, guess what? You are vulnerable now. Now the country can literally create really, really bad recessionary pressures, or maybe inflationary pressures, or maybe even hyperinflationary pressures. Okay.